It was like freedom. It was like an extra bit of freedom that I didn't know that I had.
I found out that you could be totally exhilarated and totally terrified all at once. And I was hooked.
When I first started, it changed like my whole life. I never realized the kind of hobby that I was getting into, but also that it wasn't really a hobby, it was literally an entire lifestyle.
I was always a pillion on my husband's bike, and there was one day he decided to take me down to Byron Bay for turned out a 13-hour ride, and I got home and my butt and knees was so sore. I was just in so much pain, and just come home and nah, that's it. I'm getting my own. My eldest daughter's middle name was Rose, so when we sort of went and saw Rosie, I don't know, I just knew I had to, she had to be mine. The lady that I bought her off actually recommended them and said that they were a really good supportive group. I was a bit on the fence with it because I thought, a bunch of women. But I joined up and I did. I saw that they were really supportive, really helpful, just out there. Good to get together and go out and do things as a group.
All right, ECFR Ladies Track Day. Have fun, ladies! Woohoo! Have fun, girls!
I started riding just prior to my 50th birthday. My husband came home one day with a brand new bike, and we're a couple that pretty much do everything together. We pretty much joined at the hip all the time. We work together, play together. It really frightened me because he was going to go out and do something fun without me. At that stage, I was about 135 kilos in weight, which made me morbidly obese. Within about 15 months, I lost close to 65 kilos. I found my way to a group called East Coast Female Riders, and oh my gosh, I've got goosebumps. What I find and what I see is a lot of women who are coming into this organisation and expressing how they've found their tribe and they found their home.
The girls are getting them bikes ready, getting themselves ready to go out on the track.
And I think that's what the world really needs. And I think people outside the bike community really don't understand what an inclusive community the bike community is. It's not just ECFR, but the bike community as a whole. I really try to make sure that every single one of those women feel important, and they make sure that everybody else feels important and heard.
I started ECFR back in I think when I first started riding, maybe a year after. So I think we're 6 now. I found that I wanted to ride with lots of like-minded people. And on top of that, I wanted to ride with people that I felt safe around. You're obviously in a male-dominated hobby, sport, life, whatever you want to call it. So being a female is really difficult, especially back when I first started. You find a lot of the time you're trying to find gear, you're trying to find bikes, you're trying to get taken seriously as just a person who rides, and it's really difficult. We had this amazing member, Kat, who passed away a couple of years ago from a long battle with cancer. Her journey started with ECFR and ended with ECFR because at the funeral we just had this long ECFR procession of women who just turned up to be there for Kat, who, she had just changed their lives just by being there. So I think the key thing for me was ECFR was started with the intention of building a community, and it's continued with the same intention. It's just gotten really big. I hide myself a little bit because I don't want to be the face per se of ECFR, because I don't believe that it's just me, it's everyone. I literally couldn't do any of it without my admin team. It's that passion I think, behind everyone that drives it, which I think is probably how it's changed me, is realizing that even though it was a simple idea at the beginning, it's become something significantly more complex that I will probably never get my head around anyway. Even though I've only had a small part to play in just making the group, it's changed so many people's lives, and that doesn't need to be from me, that's from people all around Australia who have done it. The way it's changed my life is just realizing that something small, even if you don't realize it's going to do something large, could genuinely change people's lives for the better.